started, just to give you guys a little background on how I prep my face, I did a mask this morning. I don't do this every day, but I did the Cup of Coffee mask from Lush Cosmetics. It's a really, really deep exfoliating mask, just to get rid of like any dry patches I had, wake up my skin, because I knew I would be filming this. So do take care of your skin, do a mask, do your daily cleanser, and then I go in with a toner. A toner basically is like, you know when you get that really like squeaky clean feeling after you wash your face, and sometimes it can feel a little bit tight or a little bit dry. A toner is what you do as like your next step. So I use a spray toner. I use Mario Badescu, the rose water spray. This is really affordable and it smells amazing and it does the job. But a toner basically balances your skin. So as soon as I spray this on my skin, I feel really, really refreshed. That like moisture comes back into my face and it just balances your skin so you're ready for your moisturizer. So the moisturizer I used this morning is from First Aid Beauty. I love this stuff. This is the Ultra Repair Cream Intense Hydration. You can see like I've almost used this entire tub. I started using this when I had really, really bad dry skin, like dry patches that were sort of like flaking off, and I had acne. So my skin's been on a long journey. I got rid of my acne video. If you guys are interested in that, please comment below because this is probably the clearest my skin has looked in a long time. So once your skin is prepped, I'm going to go over the essential things that you are going to need. When you hear the words dewy or glowing, these are the things that you should automatically be thinking as a beginner that you're going to be using for that look. So to start off, I will always use an illuminating or a hydrating primer. A primer goes down first. It's the first layer. Your foundation sticks to it. It makes your makeup last longer. And primers come in all different categories. You can have a poreless one, a mattifying one, or an illuminating. So that's what I've got today for dewy. I love the Master Prime from Maybelline. This is Blur and Illuminate. And they just came out with this new one. It's primer base. It's hydrating. I actually have used this once and I really liked it. It was a little bit thicker than the illuminating. You should also be picking a foundation that is either dewy or natural satin finish. Avoid anything that says it is matte. That's not what we're going for today. So this may not be the best video for people who have oily skin, of course. You already have that dewy glow, so you don't need any more of it. As I mentioned, I'm more dry to normal at this point. I get a little oily in my T-zone, but that's about it. So look for a foundation that is using any of those words, dewy, natural, satin finish. So I have a couple options for you. A lot of higher end foundation, so I apologize for that, but the L'Oreal Pro Glow from the drugstore is a really good one. Today I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I love this packaging. It's a pump, but it's a tube. This is literally done, so we're going to see today if there's anything left because I really want to use it. I'm in the color medium. This makes my skin look so natural. Like it is literally your skin but better. It looks like I'm not wearing anything. I feel very healthy and it gives me that glow. My Holy Grail foundation is also a dewy one, which is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I am in nude. This is a beautiful finish. It lasts all day long. I'm obsessed with it, but I don't want to use any of it today, so I'm going to finish off this. I will also be using a liquid highlighter. When I'm going for dewy, I will also be applying a powder highlighter, but I almost always put on a liquid highlighter. It just makes your skin that much more glowy. That's the look we're trying to achieve today. So this one is the Anastasia, again a little bit pricey, but there are definitely some liquid glows in the drugstore, so check some out. And lastly, I'm going to be using a ton of setting sprays, misting sprays, to lock all this in and to make it look like really luminous and dewy. You're going to be using sprays. So I'm going to be using Smashbox primer water before my foundation. I love this. My foundation just looks flawless every time I use it, and my makeup lasts all day. And I'll be using a MAC Fix Plus, probably to wet my beauty blender, to finish off my whole face. It's going to be a lot of layering of sprays today, but that is key to getting a dewy complexion. So now that I've talked your ear off and you're sick of me talking, I'm just going to get started. So I'm putting a pretty decent amount of the Maybelline primer on. I use like way more than people probably should use, but I just massage this in on my nose. And you can already see, sorry, my face gets like red when I put on primer, but you can already see like look at my forehead, how glowy that is. And then I pat it in. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention, drink water because water will make your skin glow, and I added some lemon for flavor. I'm gonna spray my primer water. This is just an extra step. You don't have to do this by any means. I just like to. And let that air dry. Now give yourself like some time to let this sink into your skin. Don't just like throw your foundation on top right after this. Let it sink in, let your skin absorb it, and then you can go in with your foundation. And before my foundation, I forgot, I want to use a little bit of this Liquid Glow. This product in particular, oh, I just shot out so much. I was literally just about to say don't use that much of this, and I just shot so much out. So I'm just gonna dot it on the high points, like where I'm gonna highlight later. So a little bit at the corner of my forehead, top of my cheekbones, tiniest little bit on my nose. I'm gonna steal some from over here. This like product, like a little bit goes a long way, you'll see. So I'm gonna pump a little bit of this on a, this is a foundation mixer plate. I got it on Amazon. I'm gonna use a brush today. Now, a lot of people will probably tell you to use a damp beauty blender because that, it sort of like thins out the foundation a little bit. It does provide really, really great coverage, but it will probably make it look pretty natural. But with this foundation, it already looks natural. I've tested it and it works better with a brush for me. So I'm using a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M439. It's a really nice, dense, round foundation brush. So I'm gonna apply that. First half of my face. And I'm sort of pressing it in, almost like stippling it, and then I'll like go in circles. And I'm also using a really light hand, like I'm almost like barely holding this. And you want to bring it down your neck. You can see like how dewy this is still looking, and it's definitely from all those bases. So where I want more coverage, because I get dark spots right on my cheeks, I dotted a little bit more on my brush, and I'm just stippling right over there. I'm not doing the swirling motions. I'm just patting it right where I want more coverage. Like, this foundation's coverage is insane. I think this is 40 bucks, or it's 38 bucks. And that foundation like layers very well too. So my base is down. I have a couple dark spots that are still sticking through a little bit, so I'm going to use some concealer on that. And for concealing dark spots, I use my NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard. It is my holy grail. I will not use anything else to cover dark spots. Like, how flawless does that look? It's so nice. Okay, so next I'm concealing. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I really like this. It's affordable. I prefer drugstore concealers to high-end because there are certain things you can save money on and they are just as good, if not better. Katrice Concealer, I like the Maybelline Fit Me. I like the Maybelline Better Skin. But I'm just going to be applying this under my eye and then fanning it out like so. And this is just to highlight and conceal my dark circles. And I'm going to go down the sides of my nose because I'm going to do a nose contour. Then we're going to highlight our nose. This is a really thin brush, so it's nice. And just on my chin. I just dropped concealer on my jeans. You don't have to highlight all over your face. You can do a couple key spots if that's what you're into. This provides more coverage, so if you want more of a natural finish, don't go as ham with the concealer. How do I get this concealer off my jeans without totally messing myself up right now? So I am going to blend in my forehead with the same brush just because it's nice and big, and like, how easy is that? And then you could either use a brush or a damp beauty sponge under your eyes. I have a beauty sponge here. I already dampened it, but I'm going to hit it with some Fix Plus. Dab it on the back of my hand and then go in and blend. Using the pointed side to like really get under my eye. Now with concealer, you want to push it in all different angles. Don't just go back and forth. Like, I'm coming down, I'm coming straight on, blending it up and down my face, and then over my eye because I use this as an eyeshadow base. You can see how much coverage that is. It's really nice and natural looking. We don't want to get cakey here. We are trying to avoid creasing of any kind because we're going to set under our eye and you don't want to set the creases. I forgot, I actually wanted to go in with a contour stick today, which I normally do after my highlighter, because if you go a little bit ham with the contour stick, then you can fix it, but I'll just do a really light layer. So I'm using the Wet n Wild contour stick in 805. Call me Maple. I've just been testing this out lately. It's super cheap, so I just go around my forehead like that. And under my jaw. And then my nose. This is when you look crazy. So I'll probably just use this. I also have like another brush I use to blend in contour, but I think it looks more natural because this still has like remnants of my foundation on it, so it won't look aggressive. Like, it just really beautifully blends in. I mean, how easily did that just blend? It's amazing. Here we can push in and drag down. We want a nice sharp jawline. My nose, I just use my fingers. So I just try and keep like a straight line, and then I blend it up under my eyes and the bottom of my nose. Now, since I did this after on my nose, I'm going to clean it up with my Beauty Blender. So I'm going to go down the center and along the side again. If you want, you can add more concealer to the top to make sure your nose doesn't look like muddy. So I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder for under my eyes. I'm applying that to my damp Beauty Blender, taking a generous amount. And I'm just gonna apply and come down the sides of my nose. And I'm just gonna bake my forehead a little bit because that's the place where I get really oily. So you're not gonna set like your whole face, but if there's any place you're like, I'm a little nervous, this might be too dewy, go ahead and set that. So the key to this, which I've learned this when I had the really dry, flaky skin, so you're gonna leave your eyes to bake a little, and by baking, you're allowing the powder to set into your face. It sort of just like melts into your face, thus making your eyes like less creases and look more flawless. So what I just did with my forehead and chin, take your Beauty Blender immediately after and just press it into your skin. I find that this like really sets it in place, but then you won't get dry. So if you're somebody who has dry skin, that is a huge tip. I've loved that ever since I started doing that because now my forehead isn't super shiny, but everything is set. So now I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my face. I'm gonna bronze. I'm gonna use the Park Ave Princess palette from Tarte. Beautiful. To bronze up my face, and I'm gonna use a Morphe brush, the Morphe R2. This has got like a little point on it, so it gets like right up in there. And I'm gonna use Carrot, this one here. It's a little shimmery, but like super pigmented. So I press in because I don't want to like wipe away any foundation. And then I'm taking a Morphe R10. This is a much denser brush, but it's still got a pointed tip, and I'm going to contour. So I'm going to use Princess Cut. It's a little cooler and it's matte. And I'm going to come right where my cheekbone is in my ear and just like cut under there. And I'm using this Morphe brush. It's a Morphe E47. It's really dense and it's like a straight line. I'm going to use that same contour shade, and I'm going to come down the sides of my nose to contour my nose. And I like this because it gives like that sharp line. And then I'll take my Beauty Blender and I'll just go over it to blend it in. For blush today, I'm using a blush by Becca. It's Wild Honey. I love this. If you're like my skin tone, like a beigey, like warmer skin tone, it's beautiful. Got a little shimmer in it, nothing like crazy. I'm gonna use a Morphe blush brush. Just this big bluff. These are really pigmented, so be careful. But I like this color because it's really like natural. It's nothing like pink or like too corally or anything. And then for highlight today, which is the exciting part, I'm using Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter. This is from the drugstore and it's bomb.com. And I'm going to use this Morphe brush. It's an M510. It's like really small and I like this. I'm going to go ham with the highlighter because again, we're trying to look dewy and glowy. Every time I apply this, I'm like shook, but I'm going at the same places I put the liquid highlighter, tops of my cheekbone, over my forehead, my cupid's bow. And I'm going to go down my nose and just the tip of it. And now I'm just using a little powder brush and I'm brushing away the bake under my eye. Awesome, so this is the whole face completed. It's really natural, really beautiful. I mean, natural, my natural. It feels lightweight on my skin. I'm gonna spray some Fix Plus to just let this all melt into my skin, and then I'm gonna do my eyebrows and my eyes off camera, and then I'll come back to finish the whole look. Okay guys, whoops. I need to pause the ultra live stream. I don't know if anyone else is watching that this weekend, but that is what I'm doing all weekend. I'm watching it as I do my makeup. To seal everything in, my last step is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I've just been trying this out recently. Kathleen Lights loves this stuff, so I've been testing to see. I'm gonna douse my face in this. My eyes are all done. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And I wanted to do something really like bronzy golden to go with like the whole golden look of my skin. Anyway, using a palette to let this set in. Setting spray just seals everything in. It makes it look flawless. It melts the products into your skin so you don't look cakey. And for this one, it's supposed to make it last much longer. So it's sort of like your last step. It's sealing everything in. I choose to do my mascara and my lips after this because I don't want to spray it and then my mascara will run. Some mascara. I'm using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Used to be my holy grail, and for a while I went drugstore because again I think drugstore mascaras are better than high-end. The L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Bomb. I Heart Extreme by Essence is my new favorite, but I'll try the Tarte again today. It's a nice little wand, tiny wand. I just remember I used to like love this. I went through like tubes of it. Like it doesn't clump your lashes, which I really like. But, okay. It's not as lengthening as I want it to be. Can you see that? It's pretty. And if you make a mistake, mascara dry and then wipe it off with the Q-tip. For $24, my I Heart Extreme was like $4 from Essence. And that like makes my lashes look like they're fake lashes. It's amazing. And I'm going to do my bottom as soon as those dry. For lips today, I want to go with a gloss because we're going for dewy, glowy skin. So we're going to do a gloss. I'm just going to line my lips with my, can you tell how much I've used this? Candy K lip liner. Oh no, the point is gone. From Kylie Cosmetics. I'm like a huge lip liner girl, but for gloss, like I kind of want to make my lips look a little fuller, so I'm using a darker shade, and then I'm using the NARS Chelsea Girls lip gloss, which is like a lighter pale pink. Look at those foundation lips. Cool, and I just drew like 3 lines on the bottom to make my lips look fuller. Cool, that's done. I just love this color combo. It's like kind of 90s because like the liner is definitely like a little browner, a little darker, but we feeling that. Popped my mascara on my bottom lashes. So this is the final look. It's very, very glowy, dewy. My skin feels like refreshed and nice and clean. The highlight is beautiful. And this foundation just makes me feel so good. I feel so natural. I love it. I like how everything came out. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you like this type of beginner tutorial that's more of like a talk through learning sort of thing, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Doesn't hurt, just hit that button and join the family. All my social media is down below in the description box, along with a list of all the products that I used today. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.